Grab a glass, grab your favorite bottle. Gotta sip it slow, yeah, that's the motto. Get relaxed, no reason to trip. It's the boy Brocky, man, whiskey and kicks. We pour a glass, toss it up. Air Max 1s on my feet, throw them up. Get relaxed, no reason to trip. It's the boy Brocky, man, whiskey and kicks. Kicking game on drinks and libations. Sipping on it slow, keeping with the patience. Freeze on my feet, you know I stay racing. Drinking straight up, ain't nobody chasing.
All right, man, we back in the building.
Yes, sir.
This is heat check time.
Yes, sir.
It's been a minute since we've done heat check. We got a good buddy here in the building, my man Travis, aka the SpiceTwerker. What's good with you, brother?
Doing good, man.
Welcome,
Doing good.
man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Joey's in the building.
It's good with you, my guy.
Yo, I made a few Vucarays because my man's from you from New Orleans,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You know what I'm saying? So some Vucarays right here to make it right. So I'm gonna toast these up real quick.
Yes, sir.
Let's get a little sip.
Perfect, man.
It's all right?
Yo, it's better now.
All right, man. It's good, man. How you
Nice.
feeling?
That's pretty nice.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Glad to be here. Glad y'all had me on, man. Been a long time admirer of the podcast.
Appreciate it, man. We
And,
do what we can, the unboxing and all that.
Yes,
The
sir.
awards, the sneaker awards
Yes, sir.
going on.
Yes, sir.
We-
This man got me on my Air Max game now. So
Welcome back. Welcome over here, man. Welcome over here. For sure.
That sounds about right. Air Max King over there.
Yeah, man.
Joe, how you, man?
I'm good money, man. I ain't making no noise, man.
No, you always making
Go ahead, say I'm trying to stay out the
They
way.
be the ones making all the noise.
Trying to
Stay out the
stay
way.
out
That's
the way,
making that,
man.
you know what I'm saying? They ain't making no noise, man.
I work with a K&G old head now.
K&G.
My one-liners are gonna go through the roof.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
you getting into your unk phase, man.
I'm telling you, baby, I'm chock full of them.
You know.
Yo, so we here to talk about sneakers, man. Heat check is we like to bring guests on the show to bring some of their heat and just break down some stories behind them, talk about your history and your life in sneakers, so on and so forth.
So, man, I have been on this sneaker journey for, I want to say damn near half my life. My first sneaker, and don't groan, Joey. But first sneaker I ever fell in love with was military blue Jordan 4. And I was in
Okay.
I was in middle school.
But that's respectable.
Yeah.
Because that was the time for it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so just throughout life, man, my shoe collection has expanded, contracted, expanded, and I love sneakers, not for the hype, but for the shoe itself. Like
Yeah.
I like to talk construction. I like to talk materials. I like to talk how a material can make a silhouette go from to.
You're burning through my questions here.
Oh, my bad.
You're
My
burning
bad.
through my
My bad.
questions. You're killing it right now. I love it.
I'm with it now.
Let's go back. Let's go back, right? So you were from New Orleans, right?
Yes, sir.
So your childhood, you said half your life,
Yeah.
right? So your early life, you weren't really into sneakers like that?
I was, but true, because honestly, we were so poor I couldn't afford to be. And so it was, I was rocking a lot of Payless joints that my mom bought. And so if you could get the shoe that kind of looked like close to
Right.
what you wanted,
You got that Air Force 2?
yeah.
Indeed.
Like I fondest memory I ever had in New Orleans, and it was crazy that the shoe went off like this in New Orleans. It was LA Gear.
Okay.
Made
Gear.
a
Light up joint?
No,
They had the light ups, right?
yeah, they had the lighters, but they made a knockoff of the Jordan 4. And
They
so
did. I remember that one. Yes, they did.
And
My
so-
sister had the black and purple. They were white, black, and purple joints.
Word.
Yes.
Promise you. I wish I could find. I'm gonna next
to
time
Google
I'm gonna
that.
find her. Elementary school.
And
Yes.
so it was crazy because right alongside the Jordan 4, everybody who couldn't afford them bought the
the
LA
LA
Gear.
Gears.
And so we would rock the LA Gear ones, and nobody really gave you any smoke about it because it was like split 50
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
so,
that's crazy. And you know what? That makes sense too because not as many people had knowledge behind the designs of sneakers at that point. So it's
Right.
like, well, who had it? Who, you know what I'm saying? Like they're competing with the same designs. Like it's not necessarily y'all just coming out and copying.
And plus, normally you would have gotten hell over having because the LA Gear joints look a lot like the Force. The only thing was it was on the heels of the light up joints. So LA Gear, and then
They had a rep
Karl
themselves.
Malone had the, you know what I mean? Karl Malone was with LA Gear. So you were able to pull it off, you know, and not get clowned.
Right.
Okay, keep
Nice,
going.
nice.
So like in New Orleans, we had outside of Nike, it was really British Knights,
BKs.
Yes, BKs. man.
okay.
Yes.
British Knights, the LA Gear, Troop.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the funny side bit with the troops were that you had to have the whole troop outfit.
Yeah,
though.
that troop
you had to have.
You couldn't just rock a pair of
No,
shoes
no.
and
You
went
had,
outside.
you
Understand.
had to, and this is I'm really gonna tell my age, but you had to have the LL Cool J troop jacket.
If you also, let's also say, you also had to have a mean knuckle game
Absolutely.
to wear that troop jacket and
Absolutely.
the
You
coming
and
out
that
of
whole
that.
fit.
Yes.
You coming out of that.
You might be
Yes.
walking home butt naked.
Yes.
For sure.
Yo, do you remember troops though? Do you remember the different joints that they had?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which one? What was your joints on the troops?
It was it was a high top. It was a red high top with the troop arrow on it. I can't remember the
I
model.
was the Ice Lamb guy.
Okay.
I had the Ice Lambs, yo. It was some of the coldest sneakers I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And then locally, and again, you could tell me if this is because we had also Etonics, and it was the Etonic Trans Am.
Yes, yes.
I had a pair of black Etonics.
Yes, yes.
You better believe it.
Those
yeah.
running
You
sneakers
better
right there, right?
believe
Yeah,
Yeah, Etonics, yo.
Etonic Trans Ams.
Etonics.
For a while, Diodoras were hot. It was the I can't remember the model name, but it was just the low top Diodora tennis joint.
So this is your early years
Yep.
of not being able to get certain sneakers, but you had those, or that's just
That was just
what
the
was
style
popping
of
That
around.
was what was
yeah.
popping. So
Yeah.
if you could get into any pair of those, you were basically solidified as you were part of that in crowd.
You could make do with those. 'cause
Yeah,
those,
absolutely.
like Etonics, British Knight, they weren't very expensive.
Yeah, and then also the big issue, and I will say, and I think just the city of New Orleans alone kept Reebok afloat.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that to come to make its way into the group chat.
Because before the Black Air Force One, the triple black Reebok Classic
Triple black Reebok classic.
was a New Orleans staple. You talking about Dickie suit, Reebok Classics, and bandana in your back pocket, or as we like to affectionately call it, your soldier rag. So
I love the Reeboks too, and so I'm saying this from a place of love. When those came out, that leather felt like you could rip it with your fingers.
It was the softest
It
leather.
was
on
the
the bottom.
softest leather.
You could literally see my toes like this. Easily.
But that's what made it last long, because it wasn't all stiff, it wasn't all cracking. And so, but then, New Orleans is so humid, so the humidity kept your leather all nice and...
You got a coat on your feet.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny. I was listening to you go run down all of those sneakers, and they were all really regional. Not so much. Let me rephrase that. They weren't really regional. They were kind of the sign of the times, especially the dope boy era.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the second we start talking about footwear and say anything about New Orleans, I can only envision Reeboks. That's it. I joined the military. Everybody I knew from New Orleans, Reebok.
That's it.
Reebok. The Cash Money shows up, Reeboks.
That makes sense. Because one of, I love Future. One of his lines is, "So cocaine is Reeboks."
It's the Reeboks.
And I was like, that was very random, but it wasn't.
It was. And y'all held on, I'm saying y'all in terms of New Orleans and the southern region, to the Reebok classics, but the running joints.
Yeah.
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 And so, we didn't really wear them that much.
didn't-
We
yeah,
wore,
we
we
didn't
wore
get-
the other classics that weren't the runners. Like
So,
y'all,
well-
especially when it came out with the gum soles.
So-
Yeah.
y'all
so-
went crazy.
Yeah,
on those.
forget about it.
So we
Yo,
did.
the
So,
Reeboks.
so we did both. So
Uh-huh.
it's funny because the court is the court 85
Yep.
is the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
So the court 85 is like the utilitarian. I'm about that life. Reebok. Like if you got on the court 85, you about business. If you
At any moment.
any
And the high top one with the strap.
any moment,
Absolutely.
you know if like for real, Black Air Force Energy was
Black
birthed.
Reebok.
It was in the black. Was in the
That
black.
is a great.
That is
point,
fantastic.
yo. That's very interesting because I don't know the timeline of the Black Air Force One. Joe, do you have an idea? Was that's really a New York thing back in the day?
No, Black Air Force Ones always existed.
The stigma that comes with it.
The stigma is more recent than anything.
You think so? Okay.
It's in recent years.
So we can safely say on this show that New Orleans probably birthed that when you see me with these on.
Oh yeah.
And I'll say this. I mean, I've said it on this show. I've said it on our past episodes a bunch of times. There was a time in my life where, as a young kid, that I had probably 3 or 4, maybe like 2 a year run of just white, black, white, black, other Reebok, like the court joints. Yep. My parents were not spending any more money over that. Yeah. But it didn't have the same dope boy stigma up north that it did down south. You know what I mean?
And it really wasn't even dope boy. It was just you'll get your head knocked off.
Okay.
It didn't have none of that. Yeah, it was just a sticker.
You know, it's like it got so bad in New Orleans, right? That like the Jordan 4, the military blue Jordan 4s I was telling you about, it got so bad that we had to switch. All public schools in New Orleans started wearing uniforms because if you wore your Jordan 4s, you weren't guaranteed to make it home
straight up
with them on.
You're right.
And so they tried to. It was Jordan 4s, leather 8-ball jackets, and the Malcolm X jackets.
Okay.
Oh, and starter jackets.
Okay. All right. So we are definitely all in the same age group here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Talking about the same time frame. Yeah. And that's really interesting because, you know, this is when we talk about sneakers and fashion, how sometimes some things just transcend area, right? Absolutely. And that was, 8-ball jackets, Man Alive jackets, the starter coats, all of that. Yeah, I mean. So,
but I'll say this: we have to credit New York for the 8-ball jackets and the Malcolm X jackets because we got that from y'all.
Right, and the other side is, what are y'all doing with starters? It don't even get cold down there. Like y'all on fire down here. What are we talking about? Y'all like Trinidad.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
What are we doing?
All right, so here's the thing: in New Orleans, if it's anything under 50.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's a blizzard.
It's cold.
It's a blizzard.
And so
niggas looking at their closet just waiting for the temperature to drop.
Give me that 150-day year. I'm gonna pull out this
52. I'm wearing it.
Chinchilla.
and if you say it's 40, it's like, oh no, hunker down because this it done got real out here. 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Which made my first winter living up here absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
Because this was the coldest weather I've ever lived in. And so, when it got like down into the 20s, I was sitting there literally questioning like, why the fuck am I up here, man?
Right. This can't be life.
No, when it got down to the 20s,
that's real cold.
I was like, why is the thermometer moving backwards, man?
Yeah.
Like
So he's from Philly.
Okay.
And I'm from upstate New York. I'm from Rochester, New York.
See, y'all built for this.
I didn't button my jacket in 20 yet.
So now I've been up here. This year makes 11 years, right?
Oh, okay.
And so now all my family and friends look at me and be like, "Are you even from the South?" Because I'll be like, 40. Oh, no, that's a sweatshirt. You throwing a sweatshirt. You throwing a hoodie for that, and you good. I'm like, it don't get cold till it's like maybe in the 20s and the teens. I was like, the 30s is tolerable as long as there's no wind. I said, but when that hawk come out, that.
So you were here. You was here for the major snow we got. What was it?
2016?
3 years ago, I think.
No,
4 years. No, I was living here when we got a big snow a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah. Because that's when I first moved across the street.
Yeah.
So yeah. I was here for that. I was here for the one in 2016 where we got it was like 3 feet of snow.
Yeah, man. Listen, that was that 3 feet of snow thing in Rochester. It was just called Tuesday. that was just. I'm driving. I'm asking my mom or my dad for the car and driving to the mall in that.
Yeah, nah,
that was nothing.
Nah.
So before we go too far, let me catch you right where you are in that time frame of middle school, high school. Mm-hmm. You said you had just come out of and I shared with you. Mine wasn't so much pay less. It was favor, which is the same thing.
Yeah,
I had Olympias. up until my Reebok era, right? So coming out of that, you said the Jordan 4s were your, was that your first official joints, or did you have a couple of Reeboks before then? And were they considered joints at the time?
So my first official joints were some Reebok Classics.
Okay.
Grandmother brought them for me as a birthday gift. They were all white with the gum sole.
Okay. Oh,
And-
gum joints. Nice.
Oh
Okay.
man! And
What grade? What year? What are we talking about? What grade are you in?
I was in the 7th grade.
So you were old enough to understand.
Oh yeah,
what these are
absolutely.
gonna do.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Oh, absolutely.
You stay in your room like, yo, when I get back to school.
And
So-
let me ask, and I hate to interrupt the story, so let me ask this as you're getting. Were they a first day of school sneaker?
Hell yes.
So you went into your and
yes.
another question before you continue. Was 7th grade the first year of middle school where you were from, or was like 6th grade the first year?
No, 7th grade.
Okay,
So
us
you
too.
so you start in middle school
Yes.
with fresh joints.
Absolutely.
Today,
The first
Absolutely.
fresh joints.
Absolutely.
today's price is not yesterday's price. It's
It's
not
not
today's
today's
price.
price.
You came to school a whole new
A
person.
whole new dude.
Go, man. Go show some.
Go ahead. I'm on
Look,
it. I'm
look,
with this.
look.
That's hilarious, yo.
6th grade swag might have been on 5.
Okay.
When I woke up that August morning,
And August morning.
clothes laid out on the bed next
Yes,
to
sir.
me,
Yes, sir.
sleeping in one little corner because you don't want to mess your
Okay.
clothes. Shoe box on top of the clothes. It felt like that scene in Pulp Fiction when you pop open the briefcase and you just
The
see
glow in your
just see that light.
Frame for me, if you can remember, that first day outfit, that fresh fit that went with those.
So that first day outfit, I was going to Catholic school, so we had to wear uniforms.
Okay.
And so I'll never forget, the uniform was navy blue and white, navy blue pants, white shirt, right? So
With the white and gummies.
yes, so
Out of here, yo.
Low top or high top?
low top.
Okay.
So had navy blue Dickies just starched to the nines, man. Like
Right,
crease wasn't moving. And,
That's important.
And my mom splurged and brought me a white polo with the navy horse on it.
Oh wait, because the white joint with the gum sole had the blue Reebok in the window.
In the window.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
More
Yes,
white to the
sir.
death.
And so you couldn't tell me shit the whole day.
Yeah.
Like I'm like this tall kid, got pants cuffed just so you can see.
Yes, sir.
You need this whole experience.
Yeah. You
Second
can't-
question:
Yeah.
outward cuff or inward cuff?
Outward.
Okay, I'm asking that because some places down south they did the underneath cuff.
Yeah, no.
But the underneath cuff had a place up in Rochester too for a while.
It did.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was
Iron that joint down real quick so people stitched it in and everything.
it was outward cuff
I
or
didn't know it made it that high on the back.
Rochester was like a southern city.
Hodgepodge of
Yeah,
everything,
it's
yeah.
a hodgepodge. Go ahead.
Okay.
or it was the cuff where you like kind of folded the crease over and then cuffed them.
Yes.
Yeah.
To make them like a jogger.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Which way did you go first day? Just
is
regular
crazy.
or top cuff?
No, it was just regular. It was just regular.
Okay,
Regular,
all right.
regular cuff, and yeah, man, that was probably
That was a great day.
That was a great day.
man. Because everybody was like, "Oh man, your shoes clean." I'm like, "Thank you."
You hit him with the thank you, the humble, the humble thanks. You hit him with the humble thanks.
It was a new school, and I didn't know anybody there, so I was like, okay, number one, I got to come in, I got to set the tone right, and the ladies got to see that
They gotta see it.
they got to see that
You
this
see
this
me.
man
I hate
mean yes, this man mean business. He not
This
coming.
man means
This
business.
man mean business.
Let me share my 7th grade story real quick. I had the burgundy and white high top Ewings. Ooh. Right? Burgundy and white joint. I had the burgundy Lees or Levi's, one or the other, ironed up, all that. Got on the bus, met one of my closest friends to this day, met him on the bus, sat there, chopped it up, get to the school. First day of school. Get up, I feel some resistance. I might have told this on this show before. I feel a little resistance on one of my feet. Been standing in gum the whole time.
The pain.
The horror.
But the pain really was just in me.
Absolutely.
Pause. But because they went off, they rang off the whole day.
rang off.
But it was like, When you have that moment, because I know that moment, like, I am going to kill everyone.
I need nothing to impede the work that I am about to do. Internally, you're messing up the way my feet hit the ground as I'm moving.
And you still feel that stickiness. Yes.
Right. Like, I'm not walking as confidently as I'm supposed to walk because I know there's gum underneath.
Now I got to ask the teacher to go to the bathroom crazy soon. Like, it's my first day. I'm like, yo, can I use the bathroom? I need to get in here and try to get some of this gum off this thing.
Now, funny thing though, 7th grade is when I started putting my shoes back in the box and putting the paper back in the shoe to make sure they keep their shape. Yes,
and to keep the shape.
Keep the shape. Yeah.
So your first joints set off your relationship with sneakers.
Oh, absolutely.
From that point forward.
Absolutely.
Did you ever look back, or it was no turning back from that?
Oh, it was no turning back from there.
Because now the Reebok Classics are your baseline.
Yeah, and I have a pair at home right now.
Bomb. I got a pair of Reeboks upstairs, right? I got 2 pairs upstairs right now. Did you get the Packer joints?
I got some Keith Haring joints.
Look at this guy.
Whoa.
But the Keith Harris was the closest I could find to that original one that I had. But I got the Keith Haring joints, and then I got another just plain black and white pair that I'm just gonna say when I go home, they come out the closet. And
you got to. It's the right place to do it.
Yeah, because they have to touch New Orleans soil. I understand. It's kind of like
it's spiritual.
Yeah, it's like a Muslim. it's like a Muslim going back to Mecca. Right? There's no way you set foot in New Orleans and you don't have your Reeboks touch earth.
Touch earth.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Let's pull out the first pair of sneakers that you want to talk about. Let's get into that, and then we'll talk more about.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna go with these because
I feel I'm sipping way faster.
You are.
Do I need to talk a little bit more? I'm running my.
So
a little, Oh, okay.
Right.
So had to break out.
Get both of them joints out.
Okay. Yeah. Had to break out a shoe that I think is widely slept on.
Not for long, yo.
So before we even do that, let's talk about sneaker size. Pause.
Okay.
That's part of we have to talk
because what's important to note is what size are these?
14.
14. So you wear 14, and that's important because getting joints at 14 is a whole different level of.
It's nasty work.
It's dog eat dog world out there.
Let me say that our experiences, I wear size 9. Our experiences are not too far apart. 9 is the most on-demand size in sneakers, period.
Yeah.
But you have another, no, I got you. You have another layer added to your experience.
Because they don't make that many in 14.
For sure.
So, I tell people like, me going into like a JD Sports or a Foot Locker is a futile task because they don't carry 14s.
Foot Locker's still open.
And if they do, they got like 2.
Foot Locker.
So that's the thing. So like, if you go on launch day, right, and you in line, you got to look at the dudes who in line and look at their feet and be like, oh, wait a minute, it look like he wear 14. Yeah. And so it's like
a wrap for you.
It's like if it's 7 dudes competing for 2 pairs of 14s, it's over for you before it even starts.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And so, and it's like, yes, 9s are the most in demand, but they make the most.
They make more of them.
They make more of that size.
Yeah. But it's a struggle, but you have another struggle.
Yeah, so it's like we got scarcity on top of a lot of people wearing 14s.
So this is the Nike Zoom Vomero. What's the
5?
Vomero 5, but it's another name for these.
It's the
Shishiko drinks.
Yeah.
I looked at these. I looked at these, and then I decided to go with the other colorway. But these shits is it's a beautiful sneaker.
It is a well-crafted sneaker. Like my favorite detail is right here in the collar.
I'm looking at that right now.
That stitching.
Stitching in there.
Stitching.
All right, so I'm gonna do my customary color count. Mm-hmm. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
9.
I counted that.
Oh, you counted. Okay, yeah.
All right. 8, and then we'll go with 9 for the shoestring because that's slightly different than the others.
Yep.
Which is tough. You know, we've unboxed a few Vomeros on the show,
10,
and
10,
then there was
right?
the
10, because it's black on the bottom too.
black.
Yeah,
We'll
10.
go with black. 10.
Yeah.
Most recently, the couple pair, the clay joints. But what I like about these, along with the stitching on the top, I like the play on this chocolate.
Yeah.
On the Nike
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah.
That's tough. You got a couple different textures here, right? Like you got the
We got that canvas.
like the canvas, khaki, like a khaki
Yeah.
feel on the toe here, and then that same here on the blue. But the stitching, are these stars?
It looked like stars,
Look like
doesn't
stars.
it?
It looked like stars, and I was trying to figure it out, like are they stars or what? But they definitely look like stars.
Yeah. So you got these stars stitched in, and then the what is this? This like burnt orange.
Yeah.
The taupe. We'll go with taupe.
We go
here.
with taupe. It's 3M?
And the brown, they're all the same like leather feel. Yeah, but then you got the suede right here on the eyelet part, which is that gray, and then you got this military like greenish color in there.
Yep.
You know what else is fire about these? The white stitching throughout.
That's my favorite
The
part.
white stitching throughout the whole
That's my
joint,
favorite.
son.
That's a very,
I
very
didn't-
nice touch.
I didn't see that online. I'm seeing that now. The white stitching
Yeah.
throughout the whole joint.
And it makes me think about Nike's the whole craft series that they try to do
Yeah,
with certain
yeah,
shoes.
yeah.
It makes them look crafted, but compared to regular Vomeros, they are very, very, very well put together.
Yeah.
Like Vomeros is a dope shoe altogether.
Absolutely.
But this is I consider the upscale version, the premium.
Just design wise or like comfort wise?
Both.
Did they added to these?
They didn't add to them, but it's just something about the material, like that canvas.
It's premium material.
Yeah.
It makes them lighter than the regular
Dog.
Vomero.
So when I was a kid, growing up, and for a long time, the Jordan 3 was the most comfortable sneaker.
Yeah.
Well, the Air Max
Which ones?
1
One. Okay.
was the most comfortable sneaker, and the 3 was close to it.
The
in my mind.
Hirachis.
No, the Air Max
Okay.
1 in my mind.
In your mind,
And
okay,
I had,
okay.
And I had Hirachis.
Yeah, that's
plenty
what
of
I know you had Hirachis.
Yeah,
That's what I was
had-
wondering. 'cause
I had
like-
Hirachis. And then I went to the later in life I went to the Adidas Boost.
Yeah.
I had, you know what I'm saying? NMDs, Ultra Boost. And I got my first Vomeros, nigga.
Yeah.
Man.
I said, I don't even understand what's going on here.
Do you remember James told us that?
He put us on.
He put us on to those, and Major and was like, these are the most comfortable things ever.
The
Man,
most
look,
comfortable sneaker.
I tell everybody these are the most comfortable shoes I own.
Straight up.
Straight pound for pound.
This particular pair.
Yes, New Balance. I have like 10 pairs of Ultra Boost. I will put these on over Ultra Boost.
You know where they have the nod over Ultra Boost? For me, the
crap.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
The
Ultra
tie-dye.
Boost,
Yeah.
depending on which ones you have, of course. But the Ultra Boost, they it's like compression almost on your foot. So if
Yeah.
you wear them too long, you put them on, you're so comfortable, you go out. But if you go into like, a rally or something like that, you
Yeah.
out all day walking, over time your feet, it's like, it's too tight on my foot.
And that's what the Hirachis can do over time too.
Yeah,
They did that.
yes, because it had
they
the
start
inner
that.
sock on
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But these, when I told Trina, I said, I feel like when I took them off my foot, like I took my actual foot off.
yeah. I'll be
I don't
honest.
even know how
I
does that
tried
make
to
sense?
yes, no,
I
it
tried
makes
the
complete
pair
sense.
on, and I had on some Air Max when I tried the pair on, and I took them off and I put my Air Max on, and I was like,
You had on church shoes. At that
yeah, I felt like I had on some hard, like some Bobby Browns,
Some
man.
yeah, Bobby Browns
Had
on,
some
baby.
hard bottoms on.
So they're
These
so
are tough.
comfortable because I took these off and put some Crocs on. And I was just like, nah, I'd rather walk around the house
In these.
in these.
Wow,
That's crazy.
wow. I never worn Crocs. I was just looking at the joint. he just dropped
Salehi?
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, Salehi's.
Yeah. Now I will say
Did the
this.
Juniper drop today?
I don't know. I got an
Oh,
email
okay,
from.
okay.
I got an email
I
from
got
him.
I got the Via Sponge and I missed it.
I got the sponge joint too, and I was like, I'm not copping right now, so I just ignored it. I just ignored it.
What I'll say as a testament to how light these are a 14,
Oh, 14, yo.
and they still don't feel like anything.
Nothing to it.
nothing.
These at 14 feel heavier than what the Air Max I have on my feet right now.
Lighter, you mean?
Yeah, I'm saying these feel
Yeah.
lighter. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So let me ask. This is something that I made a note of. You wearing a size 14, you have another drawback for that. And that, does this take you out of the women's
Yes.
Yeah.
releases?
Yes.
So you're only men's release.
Yep.
Damn.
Unless
Because Joe put me onto that. I gotta give him
unless they
credit.
do super extended sizes on the women releases. So there have been a couple of women's releases that I've been able to get. Like there have been some Jordan 1s that they did as women releases, but they went up to a 15 and a half in women's, which is a 14 in men's. Which I'm like, all right, cool, bet.
Which tells me you knew that this colorway was going to be more served to men than to women in the first place.
Well, really, I think
There
that
aren't many women on the planet walking around with a size 14, Jack. Let's get that.
there-
You know what I mean?
You call him Jack?
but I will say, I think this is Nike's attempt at a unisex shoe.
I
It
understand.
is a great attempt,
It is.
yo. It's a great
And I'm
attempt.
not here to argue with him. I agree.
So I was shocked though that this colorway came in a 14 because truth be told, if you look at this colorway, if you looked at it in a smaller shoe, you would think this was a woman's colorway, right?
I'll agree with that.
Just how adorned it is, and how, like I said, the contrast stitching.
This guy's fancy. This guy just said adorned on the
This guy went
Whiskey
to a
and
good
Kicks
school.
unboxing heat
We're
check.
going to have to ask the next question about his
Adorned.
educational background.
That's that HBCU education.
Where'd you go to college, yo?
Prairie View A&M University.
Okay.
Greatest
I'm going to
university
act
in the
like I
state of
didn't know
Texas.
that was on his Instagram because I did some research.
Yeah. Well, I was on the show.
Yeah.
Dope,
Yes,
bro.
great.
He said in Texas. He said in
I
Texas.
said in Texas.
Calm down, Howard University.
Because you know Howard. Okay, quick.
Because we're going to have to.
Oh, here we go.
You know what?
Here we go.
Let's leave these out here as the segue to how the man from Louisiana, a man from Louisiana,
Skipped over all those-
Grambling and Southern to get to Prairie View.
I'll give you the honest answer.
I'm here for it, Jack.
If I would have went to Grambling or Southern, I would not have graduated from college.
That's legit. I got no.
That-
I came in the Air Force for that same standpoint, sir.
Same.
Southern University.
I'm gonna waste your money, parents.
Southern University is just New Orleans West because I don't even know why it's in Baton Rouge because half the population, probably 2/3 of the population of Southern University is from New Orleans. And for me, knowing me at the time, there was no way I was going to go there and be a successful academic student.
Right.
You can barely get it out.
Yeah, because it was nah.
So how the Prairie View of all is that where you applied and they said yes, or was that on your list?
So
How did they win?
So my first 2 years of college, actually, I went to Tuskegee. So that was
All right.
in
Alabama.
Yeah. So
Outside
I've always there was never ever any point in my college career that I was going to go to a PWI.
Okay.
At no point. It was always going to be a HBCU.
Gotcha.
So Tuskegee got expensive because it's a private institution and
It's out of state.
Yes,
I mean,
and-
so it's Prairie View, but Prairie View's cheaper.
But if you know student loan debt, it start racking up fast. And so my major was nursing. And so I started looking at other black nursing schools in the country. It just so happened I had an uncle who lived in Texas at the time.
Look at you.
Let me get this right. We got a 6'5", 14 shoe foot wearing nurse.
Yes.
Dope.
I'm a unicorn.
Yes, sir. Black.
Per se.
Let me say
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
per se.
We need just as many of those as we need black teachers. Black male teachers.
100%.
Man, don't get me started on that. Cause
Yes,
I,
sir.
No,
We're not going there. That's another conversation.
I could go
That's after the show. Because we're going to get into that, Jack.
I could go
It's gonna be
all
go ahead
day.
and order the pieces. It's gonna be a long
It's
day.
going to be a long
I could go on and on about the need for black male nurses, man.
So Prairie View.
Yes.
How'd you end up over there?
So was looking for another school to go to. It was Christmas, and my together as a family. My uncle was like, "Why don't you come on over to PV? They got a great nursing."
Oh, he was over there.
He was already in Texas.
Okay.
So he was in Houston, and so he was like, "Why don't you just come on? Over here. You can use my address for residency. You get the in-state. You get the in-state rate.
Tuition.
And
That's how it works, Jack.
And then also, it allowed me to apply for scholarships from the state of Texas, being technically a minority because I'm a black male going into nursing.
You better believe it.
So
That's smart, bro. That's smart.
that is how I ended up at Prairie View. And I will say, that was probably the best decision that I ever made, because those years there shaped who I am now.
Yeah.
And just the level of education I feel like that I got there was the greatest. It was hard. It was arduous. I say a lot of
look at the joy in her face. Look at that. That HBCU beam just be floating across the room.
So I say a lot of times that people often misattribute lower standards of education to HBCUs when that is absolutely not true, because you'll see in a lot of cases out in Prairie View and Tuskegee are both perfect examples. They both have huge engineering programs.
Absolutely.
You've got a ton of white people at Tuskegee and Prairie View getting their engineering and architecture
Because they know what it's about.
They know.
degrees, right? On scholarship. And so I will always, and I mean always, ride hard for HBCUs to the day I die. Whenever I travel, I always wear a Prairie View sweatshirt or a Prairie View hoodie. I want to be a walking advertisement for my HBCU. I want people to stop me and ask me, well, what the hell is Prairie View A&M University? Glad you asked. Glad you asked.
Nice.
And so whenever it comes to any HBCU, with the exception of two, because these two are the most insufferable HBCUs on the planet, that being Howard and FAMU. And I think I think they compete for insufferability. Howard.
She's not disagreeing. I know my wife.
Howard is like Cowboys fans. Like, it don't matter what you tell them, the reality of any situation, Howard will always be the greatest HBCU on earth. FAMU is always like, hold up. We got just as many professionals as y'all do. And then, yes, strike, and strike again.
My daughter's a sophomore fan right now.
And so, if Howard,
and they do, for the record,
yeah,
for the Howard.
I'm sorry, more successful.
and there go Trina.
I'm trying to sleep in my bed tonight, so I'm not saying nothing.
Let me say that. Let me interrupt you real quick and say this. I think nothing brings me more joy. Nothing brings me more joy than HBCU beef.
It's the best.
It is the best.
It is the absolute best.
Because only the two of them from whichever schools
can talk about each other.
Right.
Nobody outside can't say no.
Not.
Nobody say
absolutely
nothing.
Not. Absolutely
it is the
not.
greatest sibling
Absolutely
rivalry of all.
Absolutely
There's a
not.
respect and a non-stop on-site beef forever.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get to as you're continuing your story. I was saying.
Okay. No, and so it's Prairie View also was the stop that deepened the I don't want to call it an addiction because it's not an addiction. Deepened the desire.
So that's where the sneaker.
That is
really.
That is where I realized that sneakers weren't just a utilitarian thing that you put on your feet and they happen to look good. That is when I started saying, okay, I want to wear this shoe. My outfit has to go around the shoe and not the other way around.
That's when you start. Oh, okay.
So,
that's when you start defining.
Yes.
You elevated
the
from
game.
the bottom
Yes.
up.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And so
Houston put that work on your back, Jack. the Reebok Classics wasn't cutting it too much anymore.
Can't wear them
huh?
4 days in a row.
Which they do, because Houston had the same vibe, but still.
So, well, the different thing in Houston was, and again, you're not gonna like this. Houston is a big Jordan city. Mm-hmm. It's a huge Jordan city, right? I never was a gigantic Jordan fan per se, but Houston is, when a Jordan drops, they're gonna be out there.
Right.
Like, there's a very infamous video.
Oh yeah, with the two young dudes outside
the Concord.
The
yeah,
absolutely,
yes.
for the Concord. They tried to sell them, talking about we got them all sizes. Come holler.
that is Houston Jordan culture.
Okay.
Summarizing one youth, and I don't think it's ever really waned like that.
Okay.
They will.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For them, it's fresh J's and a fresh pair of jeans and a polo. That's
Nice.
that's them. But Prairie View is also where I got my first pair of Air Max Plus, the tuned joints, and that and another slept-on pair was the Air Kukini.
I know those.
Got the little cage on it, and yeah.
I have to look those. I'm not.
Yeah, and this was the time.
The name of them, I'm sure it was.
So it was his own. It wasn't a Max. It was his own thing.
Yeah, it was his own thing.
Air what? Kukini?
Kukini. K-U-K-I-N-I.
Glance at those while we're. I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
yeah,
No. Keep going. Keep going. I just want to.
I'm gonna go ahead and reset it one more time, and then we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Pause. Yeah, we play the game. So listen, man, we got we drinking the Bucharest and everything, and but Joe brought a special bottle of rum back from Trinidad. It is the Angostura Symphony 2023 edition premium Caribbean rum, 44.7%, which is about 4.7% over the usual 80 proof rum that we get. Let's go ahead and crack this open. You good with rum?
Yeah.
Let's crack this open.
From New Orleans, man. My liver built to last.
Hey, pass that down real quick, man. I'm already getting a scent off of that. Oh, man, that smells amazing. That smells incredible, yo.
Yeah. When you're born in New Orleans, you get a little mini bottle of Crown in your crib.
Yeah, cheers, brother.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh,
That's
That's
delicious.
good. It's got like a little smoky.
That's delicious.
forget about it. What is this? This is crazy.
Oh, this is.
What do they do with this?
And that's from Trinidad?
Yeah. I was in Trinidad a couple weeks ago.
Okay, I
Picked
see.
that up on my way out. I was actually trying to bring in something called punchin, but I didn't have a checked bag. And the drink punchin is an alcohol in Trinidad that they call it truth serum.
Oh man.
It like you can't play around with punchin, and they don't let you take it out of the country, so they don't sell it in the.
You trying to smuggle it, yo?
I would have smuggled it if I had my, but my uncle has a connect, so we're gonna get something sent up.
Get it sent
We're
up.
gonna get it sent
So
up.
with that being
You had to
said,
edit that out?
that explains a good deal about Trinity people. Because I will tell you what, I always say this. There's just one type of woman I will never ever date, and that I'm afraid of, and that is a Trinity woman.
Oh wow, you're from New Orleans. How do you say that? We're supposed to be scared of y'all and spaghetti.
Nah, man, nah. Caribbean women put the fear of God in me, because that at the party, I don't know if you heard it. I was telling a story how for nursing school, I also got accepted to UVI.
Yes.
And how I absolutely knew I could not go to UVI.
Yeah.
He knew he shouldn't go to so many places.
Because
University of Virgin Islands
being self-aware
is the key to success. Sir.
Listen, man.
The thing is, as a teenager, I already knew, like, okay, I know what my weaknesses are. I know, like, I got a goal, I gotta meet it. I can't put myself in the lion's den and try to battle it out.
Let me tell you something.
Because I'm not going to win.
And I mean this wholeheartedly, and I love my wife, and I love my two daughters. But at 18, if I would have even had the wherewithal to go to UWI, University of the West Indies, or UVI, I would have thrown everybody's money away. You understand me? And probably would have never come back. So, who knows what my life would have been, but I would have not had that wherewithal.
Well, it's twofold though, because it was
I'm also West Indian, so that, there's that too.
Growing up in New Orleans in the 90s was hard, man. We were the murder capital of the world for like 3-4 years consecutively, and it was one of those things where it was like, okay, if you want to make it to 21, you got to get out, and you can't go back.
Right.
And so you knew that you had to have laser focus to get out and stay out.
Yeah.
Like, go back to visit, but you absolutely cannot go back.
Listen.
That's
That's Philly. That's
Yeah.
Rochester. It
It's a
depends
lot of-
on your experience within that environment. For real, it's like, yo, I can only come back to visit. I can never move back.
I can't go back. And so that was more of the focus and being aware of, okay, I know if I go down this road, this is not gonna get me.
Yeah.
This is not gonna get me where I need to be.
Yeah, you were focused. I'm
Yeah.
actually applauding you. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is I didn't have that level of focus at that time. I didn't even apply.
So let's get back
but-
to the sneakers.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
what's,
yeah.
what's the next joint you
Trina
got?
off camera had a question about
Workplace.
Worst place joints. Okay.
How do you integrate, or how does your sneaker shopping work with you knowing you're going in the office? Do you have specific sneakers, or do you have your workplace joints that you gotta?
he seems to have an answer in sneaker form.
So to answer that, I've been working from home for the longest, and now we're getting ready to start going back into the office. And so the dress code they have is casual, right? And so I was like, oh yeah, it's time to break out all the sneakers,
All the heat.
And then I was saying to myself, I was like, man, they're gonna probably be like, we've never seen them in the same sneaker twice. Just
So before you even pull that up,
Yeah.
I'll answer the question, and that was mine. I'm switching jobs, and my Instagram shows it. Like, I actually wore my sneakers to work, and I took pictures of them at my desk.
At the
right?
new joint?
Yeah, at my old job.
Okay.
Right?
Oh,
and
yeah,
so,
yes,
like,
yes.
I wore at my going away last week. My boss said to Tiff, I don't even know where you keep all of those sneakers. We look at his sneakers to see what he matches with every day he comes into work. Like, it was a thing. My coworkers would literally come, and I could see them go to the refrigerator on purpose because it was next to my desk and look underneath, like, to see what I was wearing. So, but my new job, the gentlemen I work with have suit wars. So they get suited and booted every Tuesday and Thursday. We only come in the office twice a week.
You'll be able to pull
So-
sneakers into that.
yeah, I was gonna say you
So
can
my
pull
thing
that
is,
off.
Sneakers
You can
on
pull
that.
that
I'm gonna
off.
start them out next week with the Sambas, the Kith joints, over underneath a suit.
So you just coming in guns
Underneath.
blazing.
I'm gonna come
You
in,
coming in guns blazing.
and I bought those on purpose as my suit shoe.
Oh, you coming in guns
So
blazing. Okay.
the Samba joints underneath I have a specific suit that I bought for one joint with a turtleneck, sweater, and a joint.
Yo, I need you to calm your brow down.
I'm a
Your-
slaughter
hey,
these old heads.
your brow's a little aggressive right now.
Kill these old heads on Tuesday.
I like that.
I need you to calm your brow down.
I'm coming to get them on Tuesday. Jack.
Get him,
I'm coming to
So
get
see,
them.
we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We
Right.
remote Monday and Friday. And so I'm like you. I'm like,
I was wearing Air Max and polo shirts every day, baby. That was it, man.
so you made me go back and start looking at. I was like, damn, how many Air Force Ones do I have? Because that's a great office shoe.
It's a fantastic offer shoe.
Because especially if you got like a nice tapered pant.
Listen, let's just talk. Let's dabble. Hold on. But the sneaker culture has grown,
It has.
right? And
Yes.
now the sneaker
Yes.
is an acceptable
It is.
footwear in the office.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
They're wearing sneakers on the Tonight Show. They're wearing sneakers. The coaches are wearing sneakers on the sideline.
Yep.
In sports,
With suits and ties.
With
Yes.
suits and ties.
Absolutely.
Sneakers are completely acceptable in the workplace
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
So it's a different age that that we lived in before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I will say though that there are better equipped professional setting sneakers than others, right? Like
For sure.
So having a colored khaki, which I have a bunch of those, and a polo shirt and an Air Force One or Air Max or even a Jordan 1 can lay underneath that.
It's
And-
that
and
silhouette.
go-
that
it's that
silhouette works
silhouette.
better
It
than
works better.
like a running sneaker.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like you can't really
Running-
I can't come into work with some Vomeros.
That's casual Friday sneakers.
Exactly.
Under some
Exactly.
khakis.
Exactly.
All right, let's get to it. What you got here?
So what I got here is what
I'm gonna get to the top of this box,
what-
man. This is
what I considered, what I thought should have been last year's sneaker of the year.
half of the boxes in Spain.
Okay, what you got?
So
Come on.
Ooh, the Balvin, these are Balvin joints, right? These Balvin joints, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
Because widely people said the
I'm gonna stick that up right there.
the SB4s
Yeah.
were the
Was
sneaker of the year.
They were.
You had those?
No.
Okay.
The
These
green and
hard,
white joints.
boy.
These are tough. And these you can get away with in the office.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I would
Absolutely.
slaughter them. I got one, 2, 3 pair of khakis to match the bottom of these right there. So,
Yo, this,
bang, bang, bang.
the Jordan 3 silhouette is my #1 silhouette of all time. Any sneaker.
It is the most comfortable Jordan, period.
Word.
Hands down. Hands down. And so
Look at that elephant.
I did.
You
so,
have a different. You
yeah,
have
I
a
did a
different
lace.
thing over
Yeah,
there?
I did a lace swap on it. So
Oh yeah.
so
Those are great joints.
yeah, so I took that gray joint. If you hold it up against the elephant print,
Yeah. No, I did. I see that. I see that.
These clean.
All right. So, would you like to do the honors on these?
Oh yeah. So let's get to it. You haven't even worn these yet.
no, they haven't touched earth yet.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna switch with you real quick because mine has the little tab on it.
okay, let's go. So here we go with the clear sole.
And that's why I don't want to wear them.
Race. You almost don't want to put this on the street.
And that is why I don't
You
want to wear them.
changed.
That's why I don't
the
wanna wear
clear
'em.
soul is.
Joe, I felt like just now. I felt like the Kanye West fans, the little kids, that when they push play and then stop it instantly. 1 minute they're like, I'm gonna get, I'm gonna get.
I don't really.
Clear soul. Oh, forget it. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then the classic mid.
Yep.
Is that considered like a sale?
Yes.
We have to say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic. The black and white cement joints. They have white. Huh?
Yeah,
they have white. So this is like a sale situation.
And the Reimagines had to sell as well.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you had this piece going around the back here which is
The ombre.
Yes. That's
yeah. What's the colors we got here, Joe? Go
What do we
ahead.
got? What do we got? We've got a dark plum. We're going with 7 p.m. sunset San Diego in the middle. 7 p.m. sunset San Diego in the middle. And then we're gonna round the rear paws with we'll call this Arizona Dusk.
Arizona Dusk. So we have the Arizona Dusk and also on the inside of the tongue. But
Yes.
I jumped around a little bit. But if you look in the back tab, the Arizona Dusk, it blends into the bottom of the back tab.
Yo, I didn't even notice
Yeah.
that. So it does the
You see the
same
way they
thing.
did that?
Yeah.
The same thing on the side happens that way.
Yeah, same thing happens that way
That's
of the back.
dope.
You know what I mean?
And
That's
is
tough.
So no knocking on the SB4, right?
These are fresh.
Man, look, no knock on the SB4, right? The SB4 is just a Jordan 4.
Hold up, man.
Wait a
Let's
second.
frame this correctly.
Wait a second. This doesn't.
My man, hold on, Joe. My man is here on the Whiskey and Kick show, and he got a problem with y'all talking about the SB4 is the sneaker of the year. Tell him why you mad, son.
So, it's not mad. It's really more of, it was a dope colorway,
Yeah.
right? It had a little extra oomph in the construction of the SB4, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for all intents and purposes, it was a green and white SB4.
The colorway is nowhere near as dope as this colorway. It's just a white and green 4.
That's my point.
It won because it's an SB. That's why they won sneaker of the year.
So when you talk about the detail of
I said I was gonna tell them they could walk through. What's the problem?
when you talk about the detail of going from the ombre from the bottom here all the way up
Forget about it.
through the back tab, that's detail.
So
I don't understand how this.
Let's get back to it, right? Because, all right, so we get into the upper, and the leather, premium leather, has a rough yellow suede, the rough yellow edge,
Which then
all the way throughout.
which
ties
then
in.
ties into the lace holes and the inside of
the eyelets
The
here,
eyelets
the lace holes,
and the gold
And
on
the
the
go-
back
yeah,
and underneath
the gold
and
Jordan.
the gold Jordan.
Yes.
Yo, these shits are insane in person. So then you get the in the middle of the island here, you have this suede.
Yep.
A nice smooth suede, and the suede also on the back of the heel.
Yep.
I don't think there's extra cushion on the.
Nah,
I can't remember.
it's no extra cushioning, but it's just.
But they feel comfortable.
Didn't the threes have an extra piece of leather around the top? No? No? Okay. All right, my bad. But yeah, this shit, and then you had the light gray elephant print.
Yep.
I like the wrapped leather
Yes.
on this tongue.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
wraps, it folds under, and then they stitch the padding underneath that. That's a nice touch.
This shoe.
Is that what happens on? That's not what you have.
No, I've got the ones that just dropped.
I'm just talking in terms of
light
the
ivory.
tongue.
Yeah.
It's not doing the same thing. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So this shoe is probably one of the better crafted Jordan 3s
Yeah.
in the history of Jordan 3s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's a beautiful.
These are tough.
This shoe was made better than the reimagined 3 that dropped last year. This shoe was the sneaker of the year. This shoe was the sneaker.
Seeing this and seeing those green joints, this definitely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I have a problem. I'm gonna
So no, I bought these laces.
Oh, you bought them
And-
extra.
Yeah, and so I was like, you can't.
Yeah, I would go cream and yellow or gray and
Absolutely, they
yellow.
yellow.
You already know.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm trying to find a dark plum pair of laces because you can go
crazy.
4 or 5 different ways in laces. Like I put the gray in this pair right here. You know, you could go with the cream. You can go with the yellow.
Yeah,
If
you can do it,
if you could find like a fuchsia or whatever
No, what
pink.
you call it, Joe?
I'm sorry. What was
San Diego sunset.
Yeah, you can go with the San Diego, San Diego sunset.
7 p.m. San Diego sunset.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. If you can find it, like it's so many different ways, and then it's a shoe you can dress it up or you can dress it down.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Jordan 3 though.
These are really nice shoelace too, though.
So Joe, get you some cream colored khakis or cream color suit.
I got cream colored khakis
this
right
guy, has 45 suits.
I got cream colored Banana Republic travel pants.
All right, Big Mike.
Athletic fit that would lay beautifully.
Yes.
Right there.
He wears his travel pants to the post office.
Yeah.
Just to let them know that my
Just to let 'em
package
know.
needs to travel.
So you walk in the office with these on, and people are automatically just looking like, okay.
And let me just state that I agree with you that these could have easily been the sneaker of the year. 2 points. One, I tried to go outside of the Nike family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you talk about sneaker of the year. So for me, the sneaker of the year was the Action Bronson, the Backham.
I completely agree.
That was the sneaker of the year for me.
I completely agree
You
with
know what I'm saying? So because the sneaker culture with a lot of these cats, they just Nike. They're not sneaker. They're just Nike heads.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if there's gonna be any Jordan or Nike, any Jordan retro as sneaker of the year, it has to be a collab. You can't just come with a regular
retro
Cement 3 and then call it sneaker of the year, bro.
Right.
Come on.
Now I agree with you. Now I'm gonna give you a super hot take. Super hot take. The sneaker of the year for 2024 is gonna be a Saucony.
It's gonna be a Saucony. They started off
J-Tips.
crazy.
No.
J-Tips Saucony should have been in the conversation last year.
I agree.
It's some bodega
Easily.
Sauconys
I saw those.
that are going to drop next week.
Sir, let's not have this conversation.
I know, man. We got stop.
Let's not
We
have,
gonna be here
let's not
all
have
night,
the
yo.
advanced conversation.
My memory cards.
The sneaker wars we have do not allow us to talk about what's coming out in advance
all right.
based on
I'm
the
on-
level of death that we
I'm
try
on
to
break right
impose
now. I'm on
each
break
other.
right now. So
I'm on
my
break.
feelings getting hurt almost daily with the releases.
All I'm saying is, these
heard it here
Sauconys
first.
that's about to drop, I hope they get slept on.
Yeah.
Because when you look at them, they are undeniably the sneaker of the, like, I can't see anything else. I don't care what Nike got coming down the pipeline.
New Balance got a lot of heat, bro.
New Balance got some stuff.
Yo,
coming.
Action got some heat coming.
Yeah.
I saw the light.
The 1906.
1906, the white and pink.
You got like 3 of them, I think.
Yeah,
That's
coming.
gonna be the staple for 24.
The
That
1906
1906 art,
yeah.
they're gonna be everywhere.
I hear you though. I hear you, son. I hear you. I hear you.
A lot of people don't give Saucony the respect that they should. But I'm telling you, these bodega joints that's dropping.
Yeah.
Here's the key with all these brands. This is the wave. Collaboration. Because your designers can't come up with this.
They're not.
So you collab with these artists, you know what I'm saying? And they come in and they help you design a dope sneaker.
Who at
Collab
the
is
end
it.
of the day, most of these sneaker boutiques are chock full of young people who wanted to be the sneaker designers anyway.
Yes.
They grew up in the culture. And
Yes.
so all they're doing is it's a smart way of getting designs and colorways and all of those things from other minds without having to pay them.
For sure.
Like-
Well, I'm sure there's there's a financial transaction.
Yeah, but
going
you don't
on
have to
between
pay
the
them to be
brands.
on staff to be
No.
your designer.
You don't have to give them a salary
No.
and whatnot, but you know.
And I appreciate it because it gives a lot of black designers
Yes.
the
Absolutely.
opportunity to get in without all the gatekeeping from the bigger houses. Like Joe Fresh Goods. Joe Fresh Goods
Look at Union LA.
Yeah.
Union. I mean, yeah.
killing it. And so you've got guys who are able to make a significant impact in the game without having to be beholden to these giant entities like Nike and Adidas. No shot at Jared Lorenzo or whatever, but
Who went to FAMU, by the way, and they'll be there next week. Continue.
who's done some great stuff with Fear of God, right?
Yeah.
But if you just look at impact, design wise, innovate, just something fresh, right?
Yeah.
Joe Fresh Goods versus Jared Lorenzo. I'm taking Joe Fresh Goods every time. Now Jared Lorenzo makes some quality stuff, right? Fear of God is it's different, but if I put a Fear of God on the set of Star Trek, it doesn't look anything different than some futuristic utilitarian uniform
Well,
stuff.
But I think that's the
it's a
point,
minimalist
though.
approach to
Yeah,
what he's doing.
Yeah.
And
but
I
it-
get what you're saying, but I think and by no means are we saying one against the other.
Right,
because
right.
This
Yeah,
space,
it's-
this is all championing black designers in that space. First off, I think what Joe Fresh Goods is doing with New Balance is out of this world.
Exactly.
Right? Like he's been on a run for at least two or three iterations of joints so far, and I've tried to get them all and I didn't get any. But for what I like about having both of them is it shows that black designers aren't monolithic,
Right.
And that while we can take a shoe and add to the silhouette and do different materials and things with it, we also, from the Jerry Lorenzo perspective, we also can create a completely new shoe.
Yeah.
Right? You think about what he did with his first set of Fear of Gods, which are crazy, and then the new joints that just came out,
Yeah, I like
which
the new
are
joints, yeah.
tough.
Yeah, I
you know
love
what I
those
mean? I like what he's doing, being innovative in that space, because we had a lot of conversation here today about Kanye, right? And what he did to disrupt the sneaker space.
Yeah.
Well, Jerry Lorenzo was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
There isn't anything like his sneaker that existed before his sneaker.
And then I will juxtapose against Jerry Lorenzo, Salehi Bembe.
Oh,
Yeah, Salehi's
we
going
talk
crazy.
in length about Salehi.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Salehi's that guy.
Salehi is that dude.
He is
Like
that
to
guy.
take a croc and I don't even want to say
But
elevated.
we're starting at Croc.
Right.
Look at what he did for Versace.
Versace,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right? Look at
Yeah.
that's where he started.
Right.
Like he took he created an entire different silhouette and put chains as the sole of a sneaker.
Yeah.
Right? And they flew off the shelves and that catapulted him to the mainstream, and then Crocs. Like I refuse to own Crocs.
I'm
I
gonna
had
own some.
heavily considered
Yeah.
buying the Bumbrae Crocs.
Yeah.
get on the train, man.
Yeah, I'm
Get
gonna
on,
get some.
get on the train.
What you got? You got something on the box you want
So
to
I was about to say, I'd like to be now, I'd like to be named along with Jadakiss, who names colors for cars.
7 p.m. San
You know
Diego.
what I mean? I'm looking here, and the box reads, there's a Spanish version, which I will not read, but it says, a sunset. I don't even want to read it anymore.
There you go.
Because he started with that. And the word sunset is in the color that
You called San Diego 7 p.m.
7 p.m. in San Diego sunset.
I'm using that, man.
That's all I'm talking
So
about.
let's talk about it. What we talking about?
That's what we talking about.
Let me ask you a question
These are tough.
while you're putting these away. What's the sneaker that?
What's the writing on there, too?
It's the same thing that's on the box, just in the Spanish and the English.
Oh, okay.
What's a sneaker that everyone
packaging is dope.
loved that you despised?
I'll put this back real quick because I want to show that while you're talking.
Overall, or like currently?
Whatever. Either way.
That I despise.
Everyone went crazy about blah blah blah, but I just didn't see
Just
it.
do it for me.
The Yeezy 350.
Really?
With you, Jack. I am so.
That is a horrible shoe.
I love that.
I won't say horrible.
It's a horrible shoe.
What's horrible about it?
Just
I say interesting.
it's the shape is bad. The midsole is just
That packaging is dope.
the midsole is overly aggressive.
I said overly aggressive.
What about it?
The
Are you talking about the
the
outer
ribbing-
portion of the
yeah,
midsole or
the ribbing
the
on
rib?
it?
Okay.
It for all the fuss Kanye made about forwarding design, right? He made the most Reggie of Reggie's shoes possible. With
Reggie?
yeah, with 350.
Jeez.
350s don't look like anything I couldn't pick up at Payless when it was open.
But you couldn't pick them up at Payless when it was open.
I mean, only because Kanye was on his I want to be premium thing. But if Adidas drops that without the Yeezy name on it, does that shoe sell?
You can't drop those without the boost. If you drop those without the boost, because it's not just about Adidas, it's about the boost.
Okay. But I wouldn't even bother to put them on, boost or not. I would have bought a pair of NMDs or Ultra Boost before I bought a pair of Yeezys if I wanted boost.
Ultra Boost, I would disagree. But NMDs, I could rock with you there because the NMDs, they really fumbled the NMDs. But we won't get into that. But that silhouette and whatnot and the Yeezy 350, they're very similar. It's not compression. It's gonna give you that comfortable feel. It's gonna give you that boost. It's a thin sole. It's the same. It's a very similar situation.
Okay, I would say this: the NMD to Ultra Boost is what the Vomero is to Air Max. So, if Air Max is what kicked it off, right? Air Max 1s are still a timeless silhouette. That silhouette ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
The Vomero is probably the most comfortable shoe ever.
Yes.
But it also it has a design that may not necessarily be timeless, but it's multi-generational, right? You can't just go to the vault and grab a shoe from 2000 and whatever or 1990 whatever and just bring it forward and just say here it is for the people, and that shoe can't stand the test of time, right? There is no way 30, 40, 20 years from now, you're gonna break out a pair of 350s and be like, oh yeah, this is a silhouette that's just meant to be standard.
I disagree.
Now, I was with you until that point.
I
was with you until that point.
I just don't like the shoe. I've never liked the shoe.
This is the perfect answer to the question. This is what I wanted.
And then also it makes bigger feet look even bigger.
There it is. There it is, right there, people. And as soon as you said it, I was like, this is the bigger foot.
And it's like K-Swiss. Like
It's like K-Swiss.
Yes.
you can't put on a pair of all white K-Swiss as a big
And look
foot.
like the Titanic. It's coming through.
Pack my cameras up. We're done. We're done here.
Exactly.
That's
Perspective
exactly
is
what it is,
everything.
bro.
I will agree with that.
Joe, you're right.
Perspective is everything. Because
That's
if you wear
exactly what it
14,
is.
you can't love those sneakers.
Bro,
They are
you're not wearing it. You're
not
not
wearing
wearing
them.
that long ass stripe down the side. Like a fila. You
Shit like
wear
it'll run
felines?
for miles.
It looks like a salmon on the side of your foot.
Yeah, I never said that.
It look.
All right, man. Let's get into the last pair.
All right. So
Heat check.
this is the non-Nike pair because I do wear more than Nike.
I know this box. Pause.
And so I always tell people,
Joe doesn't want to participate.
Where's
in this
my
segment.
camera? Let me look directly. Let me point my disgust directly towards the camera. It's bad enough that I got disrespected the first time in a 9.5. Now I'm getting disrespected in a 14.
A dude that wears a size 14 got these. You couldn't get
Thank you, Adidas. If you would like to sponsor people with big feet, appreciate you.
He just had to bring these though, didn't he?
I did,
He just
man.
had to stick
It's
the
a
jokes
beautiful.
in.
It's a beautiful sneaker.
So remember I told you I like construction. I like materials.
Yes.
I like everything that goes into the silhouette. So without further ado, the Sean Witherspoon Gazelles.
Let me just say straight out, I had these, and if I didn't win this raffle, I probably would have wanted to just end my life.
Let me tell you why I'm upset. Let me tell you why I'm upset. And this is what I mean when I discuss the level of disrespect that happens on the show. What I feel like is we've invited guests to take on the characteristics of disrespect. And I am okay with that if we're both being disrespected. But to feel singled out, to know that this gentleman and I had a conversation and he still chose this moment.
Joe, maybe there's a detail they put in the size 14 that they didn't put in the size 9.
Well, let me tell you this. The part that is also equally as disgusting and disrespectful is they look dope in 14 as they do in 9.
Yo, the sneaker
Like
is crazy,
that's the
bro.
thing. Like they still look crazy. They're still.
wait for the
it's-
summer.
they
Man.
still look like they.
There will never be a pants leg
Long enough.
that's gonna sit
Yeah.
on the top of these sneakers.
Ever.
Ever, bro. Ever. You're gonna see all ankle.
All of it. I try to shy away from using this term a lot, but this is probably a perfect sneaker.
I won't argue with you, except for the fact that I don't own them. Except for that fact.
Like it is a perfect sneaker.
Yeah.
It is the you can dress it up, you can dress it down.
Yeah.
It's light. The materials on it are just are A1.
Incredible.
That stitching detail is
It's nuts.
fucking bananas.
Ridiculous, yo.
The
Like,
fact that they
how?
the fact that they put the little triangles
All
all
throughout.
around it is
All throughout.
crazy. To know that
took
on
it off
other
of
pairs
the-
of Sambas, they just have it
Oh,
on the
they
edge.
took it off of there.
They took it from there and then wrap. Come on, man.
You
And
can't.
to note that the only difference between these and the Kith joints that we have is that they have the same concept that the gum goes a little higher, except the Kith has a thicker sole
sole.
based on the Clark.
Clarks,
the,
yeah,
the,
it's a
the
Clark
mashup with
collab,
Clarks.
yeah.
But it's still such a dope thing to this because the fact that the gum, you can see through it
Yeah.
and still see the detail of the shoe, that it is actually wrapped
That part.
around the
That part.
sneaker
Yep.
where
That
it would
part.
have been exposed otherwise. Just
That part.
these
Yep.
are just an incredible sneaker, man.
And then if you notice, if
It's
you
incredibly disrespectful that you chose to bring
Yo,
this
keep going.
today.
If you notice what.
if you look at where the shoe is supposed to wrap underneath to where they put the
Yeah.
midsole on, it looks seamless. It looks like it. It looks like it literally
just
melts.
set it in there and melted it on top.
Yeah, it's just like they heated it up or something.
Yeah,
It's like,
man.
boom.
Yeah, it's this again. When I saw these unconfirmed, I was like, I don't know who I got to bribe. I don't know what I got to do. But and when I saw that they came in a 14, I was like, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't let me see you on the streets, son. You're right across the street from me. You know what I'm saying?
Problem, man. Y'all can't be on the same side of the street at the same time.
Can't
be on the same side of the street at the
We
same
got these
time.
on the same day.
Somebody's got to be on the opposite
Give
side
me a
of the
head
street.
nod and keep it moving, man. Don't talk to me.
So me and Joe was having to talk about Houston White earlier, and so I've got a
Yeah.
Houston White jogging set that's the same color, green.
That's the green in there?
Yeah.
Good joke. Like I had to see that one.
The one I just ordered, that's the green stripe?
No. The green
Okay,
stripe
okay,
and
okay.
the one you just ordered is it's more like a Kelly green, like this.
Yeah, because I thought it was Kelly. I got something
It's like
for
a
that
spring.
on.
It's like a springtime
Yeah, it's like-
situation.
yeah,
I got
like-
something for that on the other side, but
Yeah.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I don't even have to talk about these. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, what we talking about?
Like I was trying not to hop on the Samba Gazelle train.
You ain't got no choice, man.
Adult niggas, adult
You ain't got no
niggas.
choice, man.
I was trying not to, but when I saw these,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's it. It's over.
So, I perused your IG.
Yes, sir.
We had a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
a conversation about the size 14. I was telling you about my cousin in Trinidad who wears a 13 and a half.
Scoot over just a little bit.
Who was a 13 and a half and how, his concept on that 14s just look like boats. But nonetheless, after our conversation, I went to Major, shout out to Ducky, and was like, what do you got in 14s? And he had a plethora of 14s of stuff in there. So I picked him up a couple of things. But I'm saying all that to say, perusing your IG, you got some joints. You got some joints.
Yeah, a lot of
and as a man that wears a size 14, it's one thing to have joints. It's another thing to have joints at 14. And we started out making that discussion. So I'm gonna ask you if you had to rank your, as a hip hop generation, everything's a top 5.
Okay.
In your top 5 collection, give me those. Since we talked about the Cusinis being your very first pair that brought you in, right? Until the Weatherspoons of today, we've got a career in joints.
Ooh.
Give me,
That's tough.
and
Just
they don't
5.
even have to be your top 5. Give me what
Just
you
give
can
5.
think of your 5 most memorable pickups.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Oh, 5 most memorable pickups.
And I'll start while you're thinking. I'll tell an older story. I think one of my most memorable pickups is my wedding sneaker. Right? They are Air Force One. That's all patent leather with these silver polka dots that go all around the sneaker. And no matter where I wear them, they go off. I actually had an appointment for the 21 Mercer store.
Okay.
Back when you had to do that to
Oh,
get your
the good old days.
to get your Nike IDs, you had to actually get an appointment.
Yeah.
My cousin Curtis hooked me up with an appointment, and I ended up canceling that appointment for the $800 pair for a pair of $150 Air Force Ones that still ring off to this day. So they resonate with
meaning.
me.
Yes.
They resonate with me as one of my top 5 pickups of all time.
God, that's good. That's good.
Do I still have to own them?
You don't have to own them anymore.
Okay, all right,
No.
cool. Okay. I'll say, and this is not in any particular order, but
Okay.
but when you talk about memorable, one of the most memorable pickups I got, I brought I bought a pair of Kobe 6s. And I got them in 2020 on StockX right after he died.
Wow.
What color? What color are we talking about?
It was the Bruce Lee joints. Oh, the Kobe 4s. No, what is 6s?
The yellow and
Black and
joints.
yellow joints?
Black and yellow.
Black and
Yeah.
yellow joints.
Black and
Okay, gotcha.
With the red
Yeah.
Into the Dragon cuts on them, and I
And you don't have those anymore? I don't know if the lost story is more is more memorable than the pickup story.
So I'm gonna tell you what happened to them. I was moving.
It sounds heartbreaking.
Really, it's not.
Okay, all right.
It's not. So I was
feeling anxiety over here.
Right.
No, so I was moving to where I am now, across the street, and so I went with this moving company. It was a couple of young black guys who had just started their own moving company.
Okay.
And so I saw a young dude's feet, and his shoes were just beat. And so he was saying that everything he had, he put into his business to get his business off the ground. And so here I am with like 160 something pairs of shoes. And so I was like,
See how you just threw that out there? Hold on.
You just launched that out on the
See
table
how you
like
just throw that
that?
out there real quick?
Buck and a half?
Here I am with 160
Here I am with
pairs of shoes.
160
I'm looking at
pairs
all
of
three
sneakers.
cameras. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man.
oh,
Continue, sir.
we're not even gonna talk about what it is now. 'Cause
Okay.
when I tell you it expands and contracts,
All right.
I am trying to contract as we,
right.
as we speak.
So, the young man?
So I asked him what size shoe he wore, and he was like, I wear 14. And,
Wow.
and I was like, you don't say.
You don't say.
So I gifted him those Kobe's, and I
Dope.
gifted him a pair of Jordan 1
Dope.
Bloodlines.
Dope, bro. Dope,
And so when I
dope.
gave him the Jordan 1s, he got emotional because he was like, man, I've never owned a pair of Jordans, but I've always wanted some. And so I was like, nah, man, take. I
My man.
was like, take these because growing up the way I did, I always sit back and I always realize that I have abundance. And there are times where I will put calls out on Instagram and say, hey, if you know anybody who wears size 14, let me know. I will give them the shoes.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to sell them because I don't need the money back for them or
You
whatever.
blessed and fortunate to be in the life that we living, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what
That's
it
dope.
is. You know what I'm
and
saying?
so-
That's dope.
And so, you know, I've tried to go to like boys and girls clubs. I've gone to homeless shelters and be like, do you have anybody in here
14.
who wears a 14? And like, no, we don't. And I'm like, because again, like you said, we're fortunate to live the lives
Yes.
we live. And when I look back over where I came from to where I am now,
Right.
there's nothing that I have that others can't have.
Gotcha.
doubt.
All right. I like that.
Let's get back. Let's get back.
So,
Okay,
so,
let's get back.
so
Let's
you
get
got
back.
the, you got the.
That's
the-
one.
Yeah,
That's one.
So that's one.
That's a great story. Like I said,
That's a great story,
it felt
man.
like the giveaway, the loss. Well, it wasn't a loss, but you gave
It
away.
wasn't like, and,
Yeah.
and, you know, and people are like, man, you gave them Kobe's. You know how much they worth now? I'm like, man, I paid.
it's not
You
about
got
that.
you got $160 joints.
Yeah,
man.
I'm like, I got 100 and something other pairs,
Yeah.
man. That. You
All
know,
right. So what's
yeah.
number two?
Number two, I would say these.
Okay.
Okay.
You get no argument with me, Jack. You continue with the disrespect, but we'll
But no,
continue.
okay. So and another thing with these shoes, though, green is my favorite color.
Okay.
So it just sets it off
Sets it off.
because it's my favorite color, and like I say, it's
Sir, the knife is already in, so you do not have to turn the knife.
Turn it.
You just
Turn it.
continue
Turn
to
it.
twist the jokes.
I mean, just look at the intricacy of this shoe, though, man.
And-
Like,
we're
Keep
back.
going, keep going, son.
We're back.
Stop,
We're
stop,
back here.
stop.
it almost
If
look,
this were a VH1 show, I would be within my right to throw a drink in your face.
I'm just okay. One last point on it. One last point on the shoe. Tell me if you looked at these, you wouldn't think these were handmade.
They
Absolutely.
look handmade.
Absolutely.
They look completely handmade.
You can't
Because
convince me otherwise that they
I'm
are.
still trying to figure out what machine did you use to do
To do
these
this.
triangles.
You
Yeah.
can't convince me otherwise that they are not handmade.
No, I'm with you there.
So it looks way more expensive than what it is. Okay, so those would be two.
I'm sure no two pair are alike. Even like creating the panels.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they created panels
Yeah.
and then, you know what I'm saying, cut and stitched and whatnot, which probably makes no two pair alike.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Third pair would be I got a pair of Jordan 1s. I actually wore those to the party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are band joints, right?
No, they're not the band ones, but they only made 23,000 pair, and they're all numbered.
What's the difference between those and the band ones? Because the bands are all black and red, right? With the
They're almost like the reverse of the band.
Because those were primarily red and black.
Yeah.
they're red and
Yeah,
black.
they're red and black. Yeah.
So there's only 23,000 worldwide,
And you have one.
You got one.
and I got one.
What's your number?
3,000 or something. It's not a low number, but still
It's a number.
It's
That's
a
what
number.
I'm saying. I'm asking you your number. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like 3,500, something like that.
You showed up to her birthday party?
No, listen, I'm sitting here like,
Your level of disrespect son, shows no bounds.
Look, man, look.
That's like wearing a white suit to someo's wedding.
I take this seriously.
How dare you?
I take this seriously. If you gonna show up to a sneakerhead's house, don't you dare come in that man's house in nothing less
I feel
than
like this is the second time I shake your hand for the show.
in
Right is right and wrong is
in
wrong.
nothing less than heat. You don't show up in the church dressed like you just came from the club.
Right
This
is right,
is
wrong.
the tabernacle of sneakers.
I tried to defend you, Trina. But
we are all in different stages of our lives, and I'm not claiming to have ever been anything. So it wasn't as much of a risk wearing those to a party like that. Where in the past you might have walked out barefoot. I'm not calling you a sucker or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't get busy. I'm just saying that's
it would have been a tough road
because when
to
I
the
saw
car.
you, what did I say? I was like, really?
Look,
It's because of
Really?
we had a full-on conversation.
He shows up with those?
look, it was the decision that had to be made, man. It was
Respect.
like it was
The
like
occasion called for
it.
that
Yeah.
level of
Yeah.
effort.
So just know, y'all, right? When it comes to doing heat check, a person like this has categories of heat.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
this is all current heat.
Absolutely.
I hope y'all realize that.
Yeah.
He could have came with a whole bunch of
Yeah.
joint. You know
He
what
said
I'm
he had
saying?
160 joints.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
big.
it's different.
And I thank you because we were DMing on Instagram and I was saying, man, 'cause I don't know if you remember, I was saying like I don't know what to wear, and you was like just bring some. He was like you was like even bring some old heat.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Heat is
yes.
heat, yeah.
So that made me go and be like, yo, I don't it doesn't always have to be
Nah, man.
within the last 3 to 5 years. I've got like Joey again got me back on looking at my Air Force Ones a little more lovingly now.
Man, some joints
Yo,
sitting in there.
I got joints upstairs in my apartment that will make people pack it up and leave.
Look,
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You got that. You know, we
Yeah.
all have that. Like, and it's not current stuff. It's
Right.
older stuff.
Right.
And then older stuff that's crazy heat that people don't even realize what it is.
Yeah.
and that's
You just know my foot hit the pavement
Yes.
with a confidence
Yeah.
that you should respect that.
or
man.
or I love the stuff that people pass on because it's not quote unquote hype.
It's not hype.
I live in that world.
And
Yeah, that's
but
true.
then you put them on, and people looking at you like, "Yo, where you get those
live in
from?"
that world.
That's Joe all
I
day.
live in
right
that
there.
world.
That's
I
Joe
get
all day.
upset when I get to a sneaker and it's not there. I'm like, who are the other people looking at these? Who has the audacity to look at these? And then I go outside and I never see anyone with them. I'm
Right,
like,
right.
Now,
what's going on?
I will say, this is also the advantage of being a 14, because there are some silhouettes. Because I'm tall, right? So I'm
Yeah.
6'5". So me wearing a 14 doesn't look as bad because I've got the height.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when you see my feet, it looks pretty. It
makes sense.
It looks pretty normal,
Yeah.
except for like K-Swiss,
Yeah.
right?
So we got to 2.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
still got 3 more.
Yeah, we got to get to these things.
Okay. Sorry.
We got 3 more.
All right, so got 3 more. So we got 2 more because I said these, the Jordan 1s and the Kobe's.
Yes.
Yes, 2 more.
The Kobe's.
2 more.
Great story with those.
2 more notable pickups. Okay, this is my only hype pickup.
Okay.
That I got, but I had to have them.
Okay.
Had to have 'em. So I got the off-white dunks, the lot, the 50.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I
You
got.
grabbed those, huh?
Yeah. I got the exclusive access on those.
Which color do you have? The
I got
yellow. I mean, not the,
no,
the
they're
blue.
No, they're they're gray and white, but they got the purple, the lilac, extra
Yep,
lace.
yep.
It's
Gotcha.
lot 3. Lot
Those
3.
are the low top joints. you're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
With
Gotcha,
the strings is crazy.
Yeah. Lot 3 of 50.
Okay.
So I got those, and I got exclusive access on those, and that's the first time I never ever hesitated on a shoe purchase. Like sometimes I'll pause and be like, do I really need these right now?
Bang,
A
bang.
lot of times you don't have time to do that.
You don't have time.
and that was the
You
one.
see the window. You take.
Yeah, that was the
you
one I
gotta
was
go.
like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Nike, you got it. You
Yeah.
got it. So
Okay.
that's 4, and then my last pickup which is not. It wasn't a pickup for me personally, but I have stuck the needle in my daughter's arm.
Oh,
She is now.
my daughters are gone.
She
gone, huh?
She worse than me.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Oh yeah. When we had 16-year-olds, they were a terror out here.
Straight up.
They were terrible.
So I bought her a pair of True Blue Jordan 3s
Okay.
for her 16th birthday.
Nice.
And so
Nice.
Very nice.
that was
Woo, that's nice, yo.
That's a solid. That's a
Yeah,
solid
that's
five,
great.
Jack.
That's
So-
great.
That is
So-
a solid five. man.
that one was my first time. I have a Max 250 sneaker. Nah, let me stop lying. 300 sneaker threshold. I can't do anything over 300. So when if I miss it and I look at like the resale and it's over 300, I'm just like,
I'm gonna tell you the Jordan Premio Ben 13 fives. I probably would have sold my own child for those.
I think those were the.
I
if I
went to-
remember, those are like the very first time I remember you actually standing on line.
I stood
for
in
Jordans.
line at Major. The first person in line was a size 9. And I was back here at Paul's, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna stay here just in case.
Just in case.
And I get up, and it's just a wrap, and I go home, and that was just heartbreak.
Yeah.
And I ended up working with a person who I was a contractor. He was in the military, and he had them.
I'd have
He
fought him.
had them, son.
I'd have fought him.
Right? He had them, and he had other joints too. And somebody broke into his apartment.
Did they take it?
Yes.
Wasn't you,
Among
was it?
other, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
But if you see me out there with them, just know I got it. 11 and a half.
Lamb. Size lamb.
It's like 11 and a half. but I was hating a little bit. When he told me that his joint got broken into, I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Damn, son. Damn.
That's
Look,
wild. That's
Put the
wild.
you don't even put the M on the hate of the kid. Damn, son.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
That's a
That's
tough
crazy.
out, man.
Yeah.
That's a tough out.
That's a tough out.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah.
Yo, man, good
Yeah,
shit,
man.
son. Good shit
I
today.
thoroughly enjoyed this, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
I
man.
appreciate
That's,
it.
you know,
I appreciate
started
that.
out on the right track with the Houston white there. We had a whole conversation off camera, Mike, about that.
You
man.
ordered your blue one, all right?
Oh, that's not that I order it. I ordered it for delivery to my house. It'll be here by the time I get back. By 9 o'clock tonight. What you talking about? Man? I got that shipped to the crib. Target has an actual delivery service to my house.
Enjoy.
Can't wait.
Enjoy.
I even text my cousin in LA like, yo, this guy just put me, I'll show you the text when we get done. He just put me on these. I just ordered it. It's coming.
Appreciate you coming on the show,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
Joe,
you having
thanks
me.
for the rum, son. This
Yeah,
rum
man.
is
Yo, this is
Rum is fantastic, man.
Woo,
it's got like
beautiful.
a
Way to hold me down, Trinidad.
it's got like a smoky mezcal kind of finish to it.
right, but it's a fruity thing going on at the same
Yeah.
time. I hope y'all enjoyed the Vucarays.
Oh, absolutely.
Great joints, man. Great joints today, man.
Do you want people to find you?
Yeah, man, they can.
'em.
On Instagram at the SpiceTwerker. It's wild, but it works.
No, it's dope. It's dope. So it's original. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and you can follow me there or on TikTok. I post a lot of my sneakers there. It's at T Cleves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
I gotta follow you on there too. And all
yeah.
that.
So.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you had some monogram joints I seen on the.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk some more after we end this, man. You got some joints at the that 160. It ain't no walk in the park in there, man.
Nah, man.
This is the guy that's you single. You live by yourself, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know goes to the apartment. I need a 4-bedroom.
Yo, you joking?
You got a 4-bedroom apartment in here?
You joking? My second bedroom is legit shoes.
I know what I'm talking about. Joe, remember the joint in Harlem? They had the 8-bedroom and the cat had the tiger in there.
So I was thinking today I was
Pee in the window.
Pee in the window shut. Exactly, yo.
I was like, man, I'm gonna have to get a 3-bedroom soon, man, because this is like the second bedroom started off as my work from home office.
Oh man.
I ended up in the kitchen because the second bedroom is gone.
Son, I know this life. I
gone.
know. I already
Know the
know.
life.
It's gone,
But you
man.
know the thing about me, for me, I get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that's-
looking right now at what I can get rid of.
And that's what I'm trying to do. But like I
Yeah.
said, when you got a 14,
I know, yeah.
like
yeah,
I was like, if I wore a 10 and a half, I'd have no issue getting rid of shoes. But it's like, you know, Bigfoot fellas, wherever y'all are, holla at your boy.
Bigfoot fella. Pause.
Bigfoot fella.
Hey,
Holla
yo.
at your boy.
Yeah.
Yo, just don't. I mean, you know, we used to do the.
We did.
We might get back to the whole
Yeah.
donation thing.
Yeah.
But just donate them, son, and then they'll eventually somebody you'll find.
Yeah,
Some. Just know that it's in good hands. You find a good organization.
Absolutely.
Know that they're in good hands, and they'll get donated to somebody.
Because
Somebody will be able to use them.
I got some stuff, man.
And that's my thing. It's like, look, I got these joints in here. I don't wear these. I haven't worn these in 2 years.
Yeah.
Man.
It's some joints I haven't worn in 2 years for a reason. But other ones, it's like, might as well just donate them. You know what I mean?
I got rid of 10 pair 2 weeks ago. I
Yeah,
donated
yeah,
joints
man.
just so I
It's
can
like- somebody
take the
can-
boxes and put them into
And
my,
like, it's-
in my
And somebody
plastic
can use
joints.
them.
Yeah.
Somebody can use
It's a
them.
pair of Iversons I got that I don't even think I've worn them, or maybe I've worn them once, and I'm just like, they can go.
Yeah.
Like the blue toe questions.
I feel like you cheated us with just bringing 3 joints today, man.
The man
him
said 2 to
probably
3. The man
No,
said
I
2.
said 3 to 5.
Oh, he said 3 to 5. I
I
thought
it was 2 other joints we had.
Yeah, I
I thought I did.
Could have been.
because
That's all right,
But no, it worked out because there was so much conversation
Absolutely.
about everything
Absolutely.
else.
It's
This
like,
worked
if
out
y'all
perfect.
invite me back, man, I got
Of course, yes.
I got
You
the
gotta-
D Browns in the closet.
You got a standing appointment, man.
The
Get
pumps.
The pumps? The
Yeah.
pumps?
Yeah, I got.
There's more convo to be had, man.
Like-
more
like-
convo
like-
to be had.
Like I've got practically every brand of sneaker that's made. I don't stick to just Nike and Adidas. I've got Reeboks. I've got Pumas. I've got Asics. I've got Sauconys. You know, yeah.
You say Saucony.
That's how you
What do you
supposed
say?
to.
That's the Conies.
I say Saucony's.
But see, on their website they say it's Saucony.
I don't give a shit what they say. That's like Uno telling me I can't stack
Who are
them.
you?
Draw to us. I don't care what they talk about. I'm from Philadelphia. We say Saucony.
I bought the mother.
So funny thing, when I moved up here, the gas station, I was pronouncing it Sunoco, and everybody was like, no, it's Sunoco.
Sunoco.
See?
Yeah.
Saucony.
There it is.
Yo, man, on that note, appreciate you, brother.
Same here, man. Appreciate
You know
y'all
what
for
I'm
having me,
saying?
man.
Love.
Appreciate y'all for
Absolutely.
having me.
This is Whiskey and Kicks, man. Unboxing.
Had a good time.
Heat check. We out.
Yes.